Another day, another fake Messi rookie card popping up on eBay. I'm going to take you through a few things because this one's pretty interesting in that it was in a PSA slab. Many thought this was a simple Kraken slab, but I'm going to take you through sort of everything and then also give you some tips on how to spot some of these, fake cards and even maybe some fake slabs in the future. So please, just bear with me. Now, this is the card in question on screen right now. It is a 2004 to 2005 Panini Sports Lionel Messi Mega Cracks rookie card. That's a lot of words to say, but essentially it is that card in a PSA 5, and it was listed by DC Sports 87, who obviously can sign a lot of cards. Now, for those of you that saw my live stream yesterday, you would have seen me talk about this already, but a lot of soccer collectors essentially saw this and were a little bit concerned. Now, the card itself has some, or quite a few actually, authenticity concerns around, the coloring and the print quality and all that sort of stuff. But a lot of people immediately got comfortable by the fact that it was in a PSA slab. Now, somebody who switched on and noticed some interesting things immediately was Russ Westbrook Cards, who's helped me with a few topics before on the channel. He will likely be jumping on for a live stream to talk through print runs and serial numbers and all that sort of goodness. But he noticed that when, checking the serial number on PSA's, certification registry, he noticed pretty quickly that the card in question looked very, very different. Now, obviously, as you can see on here, this is the screenshots from, PSA's certification registry or database, whatever it's referred to as. The card looks very different and the lighting looks a lot brighter here. That's because obviously the way it was scanned, and obviously in the DC Sports photo, it's just a photo from a camera or something along those lines. But at the same time, if you start to look a little bit closer, when you look at the specific coloring and the washout and the fuzziness of the card listed for DC Sports, you immediately realize that they're in fact, two very different cards, and the issues with this one are very much of a concern. So like I sort of touched on at the start, when people were looking at this, they were thinking, like the Blake 58 as I said, essentially over here, that they've basically cracked the slab open, taken the card out and put a fake one in and kept, the good card for themselves, which, as you guys will know, when we talk to these kinds of scams before on the channel, especially that big soccer syndicate, that's the stuff they were doing quite often, right? They'd basically pocket the good cards and put in, the fake ones. And a lot of these ended up on, Probstein as well. Now, the reason why this is interesting and goes a little bit deeper than that, because like the Blake 58 jumped to the fact that it was a cracked slab and a reswap of the card, Russ Westbrook Cards, once again, identified something pretty interesting, and that is the slabs don't even match, right? The one you're looking at over here with regards to the PSA listing on the PSA database has a little PSA logo down the bottom. The one from DC Sports does not. There's a few other images that I can't show you right now because I can't find the original listing because DC Sports have since taken it down following the community, pushback on this. But even the printing of the label on the back looked a bit different to what is listed on PSA's website. If I remember correctly, the QR code looked a bit blurry and a bit more rounded compared to what it normally should, which again is a little bit concerning purely for the fact that it's not just a simple crack and reseal, right? You've now got maybe somebody getting their hands on, fake PSA slabs that are maybe hard to determine outside of that little, PSA logo down the bottom. But also now they're printing PSA labels that also look quite good because, one of the videos I put out quite a while ago around, how to spot fake PSA slabs and all that sort of stuff. I talked to the fact that, they have like lighthouse technology in the label, and like that little logo just there is quite refractive, and there's actual PSA printings under UV light in the top of the label. There's all these little things that they're doing, even here with the little logo on the back. It's probably hard to see on camera, but you guys have PSA slabs, so you know for yourself. But there's all these little things in there that are really hard to fake on a printer. So given the fact that it looks like these guys have, not only cracked this card out and taken it, but now they've printed a fake label, that should be very, very concerning if you are somebody that is quite interested in collecting or buying PSA slabs, which I think most people are. Now, I should correct myself very quickly here. The people that have done this doesn't look like they've actually cracked and resealed the card. I don't know why I just said that when it came to putting in the fake label. What they've actually done is they've probably printed a fake card, got their hands on, pretty good fake slabs and fake labels, and then just used the same serial number for that Messi so that when people go ahead to scan it, they don't get, caught in the end. But again, collectors are pretty switched on when it comes to this sort of stuff, so I've picked up on it, pretty quickly. Now, when it comes time to how to spot this kind of stuff moving forward, I think when you're looking to buy some of these high-end cards, especially soccer cards that are really prone to being faked, you need to rely on your community, right, and your friends. So you need to be communicating with people on things like Instagram and Discord and having that kind of conversation. Even something as simple as what Russ Westbrook did, right, where he basically, or Russ Westbrook cards, he basically looked at the PSA scan and had the photos up side by side and did a quick little thing where he basically tried to say, okay, are there similarities between the two? Are in fact these cards different? Hang on a minute, this card looks very different. Hang on a minute, the slab doesn't even match. Hang on a minute, there's issues with the label. All this sort of stuff, right? That's the kind of thing you need to do. And, you know, it's really poor in the grand scheme of things when you're trying to rely on PSA for doing such a good job with their slabs and their labels that they can't be faked. But it's sort of hard to mitigate against that sort of stuff completely. So whilst, you know, it sucks that you have to do it, I think if you're looking to buy a high-end card, you should be doing that and inspecting every single card on the PSA website before you buy it, right? Because you need to be checking that the cards are in fact the same when you're looking at the eBay listing and then obviously the scan from PSA themselves. Like I said, it's a really poor thing, but you know, you need to protect yourself these days, and these are the kinds of things you need to do. If you're concerned about, you know, a fake card being listed on one of these auction houses too, put your hand up to myself and then maybe we can work together to try and get it taken down. In this specific instance, following some commentary from, you know, the Blake 58 and myself in the group chat, or not the group chat, the Instagram post, I'm such an idiot. We've got DC Sports actually replying and saying, like, listen, we've taken it down. Usually this stuff would be captured by the eBay authentication program anyway, which I think is wrong because I reckon the eBay authentication probably would have missed this one. But they've basically now taken it down and listened to us. Now, they're definitely one of the better ones when it comes time to take down auctions from their website or from their, you know, listing or from their consignment service. But not all of them are like that either. Now, I feel like I'm rambling and talking in circles as I normally do. But you guys get the point. Let me know if you've seen any of these other fake Messis yourself. Let me know if you've seen any other fake cards on eBay, either through Probstein or DC or some of these other consigners. I'm more than happy to talk to it in a video and help you sort of get in touch with these people to try and action this stuff, to try and get it removed from the platform because it's, you know, unacceptable in my opinion. So that's sort of it today. Let me know if I missed anything. I did misspeak a couple of times. I corrected myself though, as you guys would have seen. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. With regards to the duplicate one-of-one Lamar Jacksons we've talked about in the last few days, if you didn't see my live, PWCC actually got back to me. They said they're investigating it. I shared the information with them about the one-of-one laundry tag, which raises more questions that the cards may have been patch swapped or even faked rather than Panini making an error. They're going to get back to me based on what they've said. They're really thankful that we raised it with them. Now, PWCC have lots of issues, but at least in this instance, they're looking to investigate it because, you know, as we discussed in the very first video, back in August last year, somebody paid $35,000 USD for this card, right? And I think that was before the buyer's premium. So you're not talking small dollars here, and somebody's been gypped, and I hope that they can sort of get to the bottom of it. So again, that's sort of it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will, you know, see you in the next one. Cheers.